Good Monday morning, everybody. Beautiful Monday morning here in Central Florida. Starting day off at 64 degrees, and it's going to be another beautiful day. Absolutely is. I hope you all had a good holiday weekend. Those that could enjoy the holiday, and those that worked, thank you so much. So, flunkies like me don't have to. When I worked emergency services or corrections, and when I was in the military holidays, I didn't mind working the holidays. I took duty for people that had families. Because I was unaccompanied when I was overseas, and then I enjoyed working rather than thinking about where I wasn't and couldn't be. Just saying. But hope you're able to get with some family. I called some folks, left some voicemail message, talked to some, and then we went to my aunt's in Webster. So she's about the only family I got in Florida that's close enough to run by. And we did some very non-traditional things. We had a group gathering at the park and had our meal there, and it was simple, but people got to see each other, and that's what it's all about, right? So I'll tell you some good things about it. One thing is nobody slaved all day. You know, a lot of people did some cooking and shared some of it, but the trash could stay in the trash cans at the park. Cleanup was easy. There was no internet. No internet. So the people that are buried their faces in their laptops or other devices had to talk to people. It was good. So that's how that was. Doing well. I had some issues with on Sunday, and I didn't go to church. I dropped the family off. I was in a really nasty mood because of some things that I can't control. It was stupid to be in a nasty mood over, but I'm just fed up to here with some stuff. It had nothing to do with the church, everything to do with family, but just some things I'm just done with. Just done with. I'm not going to put up with it. I'm not going to tolerate it. It's not going to. I'll tell you one thing. It physically hurts me to be late. I can't stand it. It infuriates me if you can't get your butt where you need to be when you need to be there. There's no excuse for it. And you're disrespectful to each and every individual at the location you're going that wants to start on time. They're going to start on time. And you're going to disrupt everything when you come in. And to me, that is so unbelievably disrespectful, and I hate it. Use any excuse in the world. You couldn't get your sorry butt out of bed. You got distracted by child 1, 2, or 3. I don't care what your excuse is. It's absolutely unacceptable. And that's how strongly I feel about it. 15 minutes early is on time is late, and late is absolutely unacceptable. Period. You don't see me late for work unless there's a major situation that keeps me here. Fatality on the road. Even I have enough time that if I have a flat tire, I can change the flat tire and still make it to work on time. I mean, come on, people. It just drives me nuts. And there's a whole slew of people in my life that don't care about time. Time means nothing to them. And I like to manage my time, even my off time. There's certain things I'd like to do. I roll with it if it doesn't work out. But if you're just habitually late, get control of yourself because you're a very disrespectful person in my world. Now, there's some kind and loving people that are late, and I'm just telling you, do better. So, saw my ugly side a little bit. It's okay, we all have one. So, when I was growing up, being on time was very important. My dad said it was very important. And, gosh, I can count on one hand the number of times I've been late to work. in my entire working career, and I started working for money at 12 years old on the farm for the landlord, and unexcused absences, don't even know what to tell you. I don't think I've ever had. Well, I tell you what, I was having a heart attack, and I called. I couldn't get hold of my boss. I called HR and said, "Hey, I'm heading to the emergency room. I think I might be having a heart attack," and I was. And that person told me, "Well, that's going to cost you half a point because you didn't call 4 hours before your schedule," and I just hung up because the thoughts in my head were not going to a happy place. Keep your half point. I think I'm dying. I'm like, whatever. So that was one of the times I was late that was initially considered unexcused. Ugh. Some people. But there was one time I went to a different tire shop and they didn't put my tire on right, and I didn't know it. I heard something like, well, to me it sounded like the U-joint was loose or getting loose or something, and I didn't make it very far, and that tire beat me to the intersection, and I had to wait for a tow truck there, and they took care of it, but I had an excused absence there. I called in and said, "Hey, I got flat. And my tire came off, I got an issue." So that's 2 times, and I can't remember the other 3 times, but I'm sure there was 3 more times. But it just hasn't happened very often because it's critical. Typically, I will not call in sick, and this is just an old way of thinking. You can send me home, but I'm not calling in sick. If I'm capable of getting out of bed, I'm coming to work. And you can tell me go home, but I'm not going to call in sick. It's just me. So, let's say, I think that in this day and age, when somebody shows up just a little bit early and they make eye contact, give you a good firm handshake, and their demeanor is very appropriate, and it's kind of rare now. Some of these interviews I've observed are interesting, but I'm not involved in that process a whole lot. I don't have much to do with it, just the security side of stuff. But if you can't show up on time for an interview, to me that says a lot. It does. Depending what kind of job you are trying to get, how you fill out your application means a lot. Just saying. In this day and age, you have to use a computer no matter what you're doing. You got a work order system or something. But I've seen some amazing people that could do amazing things with hand tools and fix things like no one else. Awesome welders, really good, hard-working people. And that computer was a struggle for them. And I've seen people try, and then I've seen people just say, "You know what, you're going to put that devil on my desk, I'll go someplace else." And the important part there is that they can turn a wrench and get the job done. Can't you work with them on the computer stuff? Just saying. The years of knowledge that you're going to lose is just more valuable than them using a computer. Just saying. And if it's just a work order system, they'll probably get to it. They'll probably be able to get through it. They might ask a lot of questions, but when they do, help them. That same person might help you out when you can't figure out how to change a tire. Just saying. I will say one thing about growing older and things being harder to do. You learn tricks and tools to help you out. I bought an impact driver, and I think I might have said this before. Excuse me. I bought an impact driver, and that impact driver will break loose lug nuts on my truck. . That's something serious. So it's a lot easier to change tire than it used to be. I used to carry a decent sized breaker bar and a pipe that would fit over it to break loose some lug nuts. You do what you got to do, right? And now I don't have to. Now that pipe's in the toolbox for a different use, but it's it's good to know how to do it, and it's better to be able to do it with the know-how and not wear yourself out, right? So the first thing I do when I buy a vehicle is I take that joke of a jack and toss it or give it away or throw it in the shed. 9 times out of 10, it's being given away. And I buy a good bottle jack. People are like, a bottle jack? Are you kidding me? Well, I got a 5-ton bottle jack, and it's plenty good for my vehicle. And I've got a jack. I call it a plate. It's a mat. It's a big old plate with rubber on it. Jack sits on, gives it a little more stability if you're in soft soil, which is very common here in Florida. And then it works out great. Works great. Maintain it, you'll do good. I was talking to a friend of mine. I said, I got an electric winch, and it has a lube point, and the manufacturer says to put grease on it, or light oil, about every 18 months. So I drew it all the way out, and I sprayed some lubricant on it, and I had a little bit of grease on a rag as I got it back in, and then I put some grease in the lube point. And I was talking to a friend of mine. He says, that's the right thing to do. It'll last longer. He says, but you're probably the only one that's ever done it. And maybe so, but I've got a steel cable winch that I don't want to rust to pieces. So here in Florida, the salt loves the metal, so bare metal. So I'd like it to be available when I need it. So I'm going on and on too much today, but I'm just saying, hope you had a great holiday. Hope you can fix yourself the best you can and get some help when you need it. Lord knows I need fixing. You can't control people, so they got to want to fix themselves. Y'all have a great day. Be positive, and when you fail, pick yourself up. Learn from it. Don't dwell on it, and rock on.